Oops. So I'm usually taking what is this? Oh my god. Something is really okay. I'm usually taking my Q first because it makes it does a bit more damage to poke right at level 1.
A good tip is don't pick your spell until you know what you need. Like, for example, I haven't picked, like, I know what I usually start off with, but I never pick it until I need it, basically. Because, for example, if you get ganked in the lane and you have already picked your Q, then you can't pick your W. But if you instead could pick your W and then use the movement bonus to survive the gank, then yeah, it was worth waiting to get it.
Okay.
It's just like a small thing that is pretty useful from time to time.
I saw that before, but I don't think I could click it fast enough, and I have no clue if it would hit.
You can control click. It's like if you hold down control and then click the spell, so Q, W, E, then you pick it.
Well, I would need much bigger hands for that.
Oh.
Where are you? Ah.
I'm here.
Oh, fuck. Oh my.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, you use your Q to harass me, which means I could go in after and you can't do anything against me. So, I didn't want to tell you until, like, I've already done that once, but that's basically what I do against Teemos. I wait for them to use their blind, and then I jump on them.
Why?
Because the blind really negates my damage. So if you wait to use your blind until I jump on you, then I won't do any damage.
But I can't really hit you when you're jumping.
But it's all about, yeah.
That's what I mean. I just tried to hit you with it after you jumped, but it didn't work.
Oh, you mean with the Q?
Yeah.
No, you used it before. It must have been on cooldown because you used it before. I always time it so that I jump in when I know it's on cooldown. Because if you have your Q, I'll show you when you get back into lane.
Yeah.
Like if you use your Q on me when I jump, like the jump will still do damage, but none of my 3 auto attacks will deal damage.
Okay.
And that reduces my damage by about 70% or something like that. So that's a huge difference. It means like when you play Teemo against someone like Xin Shao, you should try and poke as much as possible, but don't use your Q to poke me. Just use your auto attacks with the poison.
Yeah, let's just walk into the jungle and try that once. I would really see.
Yep.
Really
just go outside of Baron Pit then.
Here. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, no, it's fine. So, be ready with your Q. Okay, you went invisible, I can't target you.
Oops.
But yeah, I'm gonna jump on you and then use your Q as soon as I jump. So now. You see how much less damage I do.
Yeah, but
instead of dealing like yeah, and even so, like if you're a little bit quicker, you can react to even negate the first damage, which means you only take the jump damage. So it's all about who has the quickest reflexes. That's why it's when I did like that's why I don't really call Xin Shao a counter to Teemo, because if the Teemo is really quick with his blind and uses it correctly, then he can really negate all damage that Xin Shao can do. But then again, it could also go the other way. If Teemo uses his blind like when he shouldn't, then Xin Shao can really screw him over.
Yeah. Okay. I just don't feel the poke really.
Yeah. What runes are you running?
You can have a look later. They are not.
Yeah.
They are more support than AP, but I don't have.
And I just wanted to keep. Yeah. I think you should try and run more aggressive runes, because as of right now I could kill you, like, at the moment. I'm just not doing it because, yeah, there's no point. But I think, like, against a melee champion, like, your level 1 against me is the most important part. Like, before I hit level 2, I don't really have... because at level 1, all I have is my jump ability, like that. And, yeah, whenever I've used that, it's your advantage to, like, poke at me all the time. If I have it up, so
Well,
yeah, you see the damage. Like, I was just one
yeah,
last hit
plus
to...
I actually literally twitch with my mouse
Yeah,
every time you do that.
yeah. So, like, yeah, I'm not gonna... And one thing that's just, like, general for laning, even if I'm this far away, look at what I can do.
No, I don't want to know.
Yeah, no, but, like, I was a bit too far away.
Yeah.
Basically, what I always, like, I always manage to do that whenever I play, but because people get greedy and they stay in lane when they shouldn't. Like, if you're below 30% health and you know I can do that in, like, a single combo, you shouldn't stay in lane unless you have, like, a jungler coming, because it's way too risky. You'll probably just end up dying.
Hmm.
And, like, it's better to go back and lose a turret, or, like, you lose some creep, than it is to die, because death means you don't get any EXP. And, like, levels are really important. Like, a lot of people forget how important just leveling up is, especially for, like, normal top laners. The reason you're alone in a lane is to get the single lane EXP, which means that if you don't make use of that EXP, then you're not really using your position to its fullest. Because Teemo is a real mid-game champion, which means that, like, when you get your mushrooms, that's when you really start getting strong. But there's, like, if you're behind in levels and in gold because you've been killed so much in lane, then you're not gonna get the same power you would normally.
Yeah.
So staying alive in the lane is really important. So what's your current item build? Like, what do you usually build?
Um, I usually go for Nashor's Tooth, but not immediately. Like I just get the AP stuff
Mm-hmm.
and the Stinger, and then I just build AP. And at some point when I want to, I just go for the Nashor's Tooth. I just go for the AP and the attack speed and Sorcerer's Shoes.
Okay.
And then I
Yeah.
start like whatever happens in the game, then I'm going to build accordingly.
Yeah. I think that's not a bad build, but I think, like, if you want to play, like, a fighter Teemo where you're supposed to, like, poke and harass, you actually need more, like, you need more survivability, because you die way too quickly. If you want to play, like, pure damage Teemo, then you need your mushrooms to deal, like, the majority of the damage, and if you want that, then you need Leandra's Torment pretty quickly.
Hmm.
Like, if you can get Leandra's Torment right after you hit level 6, then you become really, really powerful, because people that walk into your shrooms, they'll take, like, maybe 35 to 40% of their total health in, like, a single mushroom,
Okay.
and when they're already at, like, almost half health, then you pose much more of a threat against them. You should really try and poke more at level 1, because at level 1 I'm not that strong.
But I'm scared to come close enough.
But you shouldn't, because if I go in and hit you, then I take more minion damage than I would deal damage to you. Yeah, that was a good blind. You got it off before I could, deal more damage to you.
Did I hit you? Yes, I did.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I get it.
Yeah, so you see what you want to do. Like, as soon as I, come to you, you want to use the blind as a defensive spell. If you use it as an offensive spell against someone that has mostly damage from auto attacks, then you will take way too much damage.
Yeah.
So if I was playing someone like Renekton, who doesn't really use his auto attack, and even his stun will still go off through your blind, then it wouldn't really matter. Then you could use it to poke, or like if I was Shogath for someone, then you could use it to poke. But when you're playing against an auto attack reliant champion, then use it as a defensive means.
Oh, it didn't go off. Oh fuck.
Yeah, because I stunned you earlier.
Okay.
That was because I used my stun more quickly this time because I knew you were gonna blind me. So this time I had the speed on my advantage, speed in my favor basically. Damn it.
Yeah, I'm dead too.
Yeah, no, but that was good. Like you reacted pretty quickly when I jumped on you to blind me, which meant I couldn't deal my damage, which is exactly what you should do. So that's like the counter tactic towards champions that rely a lot on auto attacks.
Okay, let's see. I just would like to see how much damage I'm actually dealing. Are you dancing?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I can kind of use it offensive if I run away immediately.
Yeah, if you
kind
make
of
sure
fighting.
I can't catch up, then yes. But like even there, if I had more health, I would have probably flashed after you, and gotten the stun off.
But that's about the same risk that I take as an ADC, isn't it?
Yeah.
So that's something I can kind of calculate, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, you still have your W to like run away, but it's still not like a guaranteed escape. It's a good way to get away, but it's not 100% guaranteed like some jump spells would be.
Like this. Like when you're actually moving away, I just do it and run, you know? I think you could have kind of jumped me from there. Yeah. Like this kind of range, isn't it? Yeah, it is.
But you see, yeah, if you didn't blind me, I would have dropped you.
Yeah, I shouldn't linger so long, I guess. Like stay in the lane so long.
Well, now it's safe because I was so low, but yeah, in a normal game, you could probably push it out to there and then go back because most junglers won't tower dive at this point alone. But if like there was a good jungler, like if there was like a Volibear in the jungle on my team, then yeah, that was pretty risky because he could have towered over you.
I just like to finish off the wave that is there, just so it doesn't push too much, and then I don't know.
If it's safe, then yeah, but that's always like you have to determine from situation to situation. It's like if you see the jungler at the bottom lane, then yeah, you could even stay for the next wave, but if you don't know where mid is and don't know where the jungler is, then yeah, it's very risky.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know what I just did there.
Yeah, I think it's more because like you had the advantage in the early game, but like Gax gets progressively stronger and stronger and stronger, which means that at a certain point you won't be able to 1v1 me as easy anymore.
Yeah.
So you like what you should try and do like from this point on, when you know a champion you're up against is stronger than you, is you should try to force him to push, and then you kill minions when you're safe under your turret.
But what I don't understand, like you have attack damage and lifesteal, and that's it. Like This looks like you're building maybe, I don't know.
What do you mean, for like defensive items, or
No,
where
it
my
looks
damage
like
is
you're
coming
building
from? Is
towards a
that what you
blade
mean?
of the Ruin King or something like that. I don't know, but
Yeah, that's the build I go for on Jax.
so why are you so tanky then?
Because I use tanky masteries, and Jack, like, I always use tanky runes. I have like health per level yellows and defensive masteries and stuff like that.
Okay.
Um, because like how much damage, like it doesn't matter how much damage you have if you can't survive to output it. And the rule of thumb that I go by is that I prefer to go the route of tankiness instead of the pure damage, because even if I slip up and take a bit too much damage, I can always, survive it and then still do what I need.
They're not even really doing any damage anymore to you. Look at this.
Yeah, well, that's because like you haven't really built any item that will deal increasingly more damage to me.
Ah, I'm dead.
So like what you're building is decent mage kit, but you only have like one reliable spell, except for your mushrooms. That's a small problem with Teemo. Like you can't build him as a normal mage because he only has a single spell that actually deals like magic damage on demand, if you know. Like his Q is the only thing that he can actually activate to deal medical damage.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, that's sort of his weakness. That's why you need to play with the shrooms. Basically, you need to build something that increases your shroom damage, so you can use the shrooms to kite me, and like use the shrooms to deal damage. And if you have like Liliandra's torment, then the passive damage from the shrooms just goes like insanely high. It basically makes your shrooms 50 to 60% more effective when someone steps on them.
Okay, let me just look that up. I'm going to stand somewhere.
Yeah.
Um,
It's the thing that builds from haunting guys.
no, why do I don't...
If you look for haunting guys
Haunting
first.
guys, okay. Oh yes, I sometimes actually built that one.
Yeah, that is the one I think you should go for almost all the time, because, well, first off, you get a bit of health, which like increases your survivability when you build the haunting guys. The haunting guys gives you magic penetration, which is a good stat for Teemo. And then you also get burn damage from the Leandra's Torment when people step on your shrooms.
Oh. See, this is when I get so fucking scared because I just see all the health that you have, like,
Yeah,
and I get scared for a reason. Look at that.
yeah. But yeah, now it's at the point where you can't really 1v1 me anymore.
Yeah. So basically,
And
at this point, I would just start split pushing as a Teemo should, right? And
yeah,
put my
exactly.
mushrooms
Use your
everywhere.
use your shrooms as wards, and use them to like slow the enemies, and then split push, and then basically like Teemo's job isn't to 1v1 bruisers, which means that like anything after the laning phase isn't really your responsibility. Your responsibility is to try and force me to either be top lane and let your team handle like a 4v4, um, or pick like teleport, and then make sure that you push, and then someone goes top to stop you, and then you can teleport bot lane to help your
User
team,
joined your
so it turns
channel.
into a 5v. Well, yeah, as I was saying, when I'm playing Sinch, who's not, he doesn't need his auto attacks to deal his majority of his damage. That means you could probably use your Q to harass me a bit more.
But don't you have that bumpy thing that bumps me behind you?
Yeah, I do, but that's not an auto attack, that's a spell, so your blind won't stop it. Your first item, against a Singed, I would start with the Doran's Ring, just because with your W, you could probably outrun him, which means that you could start as normal, as you normally do.
Oh,
But
can
then
we
you
try?
build into you build a haunting guys basically as your first item.
Okay.
Maybe pick up a tier 1 boot, but that's all.
Can we try who's faster once you can run fast?
Yeah, sure.
That would be interesting.
I think you're faster in like the short in a short sprint, but I think I'm quicker in a long one.
I saw you.
I saw you too.
You didn't.
I did.
No.
See you.
I'm not here. Oh, I know the stance. What the hell? Where's that from? Is that the like Gangnam Style or something?
Yeah, I think it is. They updated it. It's similar to it at least.
Get out of my bush. Yeah, see, this trail is so annoying that you make there. Oh.
Yep. It's his main damage ability, so.
Okay. But Sinch is pretty tanky usually, isn't he?
Yeah.
Just not... When does he start to get tanky?
Depends how you build him. Right now I have, I think, pure AP runes, because that's the only thing I had. They deleted all my runes when Season 4 started, so I haven't made any good cinched runes.
Okay.
But around, I'd say, like level 6, that's when he really starts to become tanky.
Okay, you're kind of pushing more.
Yeah, as cinched I push a lot more than I do with any other character. It's so I draw the attention of the jungler. Oh, well, there is no jungler now, so... But like normally as cinched, what I do is I put so much pressure on at early level that the jungler has to come top, but I always manage to outrun them because of Ghost.
Okay.
So like,
basically the best thing is if the jungler doesn't even come, because it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, depends on who the jungler is, but yeah, most of the time it's usually better if the person is just left alone to free farm, like...
Yeah, and I just be safe under the tower, kinda, you know?
Yeah, exactly. So it depends a lot on who the jungler is. If the jungler is a really good ganker like Nautilus, then I probably wouldn't push as much, but because he could probably still get a good gank on me. But if it's like Sylvana, who like, she deals damage, but she doesn't really have much more than her damage, like in terms of CC, then yeah, most of the time it's better if she doesn't even show up, because I'm not going to be able to kill you one-on-one. My job isn't to be a 1v1 killing champion. It's basically push so hard that you can't leave the lane.
Are you letting me do that on purpose?
Yeah, I'm not, like... I have so much regen, I would allow anyone to like harass me like this, because you see I still gain more health and I regen like crazy. My goal is to get my first item and then come back to lane. So my goal like isn't to trying to not take damage, it's just survive long enough. So, and I also know that I can't really catch you once you trigger your W, so...
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So basically if I get it right, from level 6 I cannot stay in my lane 1 versus 1.
Oh, it's not like a cinch. He's not a 1 versus 1 powerhouse, but he's basically gonna push harder than you can, even as Teemo. Like, because of my poison trail, it just clears waves so quickly.
Yeah.
So my job is to basically split push harder than you do, and then once I get your tower, I start roaming. Why I wanted to show you Sinch is because he's one of the champions that you can actually harass, but it doesn't always work out even when you harass as much as you can.
Okay.
Yeah, if you look at my farm, I'm at 41. That's basically what I do as Singed. I farm. I last hit and I get strong from minion gold.
Hmm. Yeah, I'm horrible at farm, especially with Teemo. I don't know why he has a poison. I should be better, but yeah, you just waited again, right?
Yeah. And I don't know if you noticed what I did, but I'm totally denying you from your own EXP at the moment.
This is so annoying.
Yeah. That's what I mean when I'm not supposed to be like 1v1ing you. I'm just supposed to make sure you're not getting strong.
Yeah, and just make me burn all my shots. It's so stupid because I'm not even safe under my own tower anymore.
Yeah.
Fuck. This is horrible.
Yeah.
You're stealing my buffs again, are you?
Mm-hmm.
I hate you.
Yeah, that's why Singed and Teemo are the most hated champions in the game, because they're supposed to be annoying. That's what they're designed to be.
Yeah, but people actually don't hate on Singed as much as they do on Teemo. I don't know exactly why.
I know, but I think it's more because Teemo has the cute kind of theme about him, while Singed has the more like evil theme, so it doesn't bother people as much. Like, it's sort of the way that hypocrites annoy people more than people that actually do bad, because like I think it's more about people get more disturbed on people faking to be something they're not than like at people that actually are something that's not very good.
Can I, like, I don't know how reasonable it is, but usually when I'm playing ADC,
Mm-hmm.
I will try to be somewhere close to 100 by 10 minutes. Is that
Yeah.
reasonable for top lane too?
100 CS.
Yeah.
Yeah. Depends on how the lane looks. Like, sometimes you're in a super aggressive lane, and it means that you're both just fighting way too
Why are you
much.
mid?
Because I'm Singed.
What the fuck?
But yeah, no, like you have the entire lane to yourself, which means that you should try and get a lot of last hits.
Panic flash.
Yep.
I don't care. My god.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. Oh my god.
Yeah. Like I said, in a 1v1 fight, I'm not that strong, but it's just the fact that you can't really kill me. That's my strength. A few different rules, like when you play shrooms. Like, first, like when you place a shroom, you must ask yourself, what is it for? Like, is it a ward? Is it a damage dealer? Is it just like, do you want to put it down so the enemy actually sees where it is, so they have to avoid it? Because like when some people see where you put down a shroom, it's more about the psychological effect than it is the actual damage. They will avoid the area because they know there's a shroom there.
Hmm.
And that could be really useful in some scenarios.
And they said to
Mm-hmm.
put the shrooms, like, if you want to actually deal some damage and do something with them, to put them where no one expects them, because in bushes or something, everybody knows that a Teemo will put them there.
Yeah, everyone expects a shroom in the bush, but just outside the bush, no one really expects it.
This is horrible. Um, Ah! No!
Damn, if you would have followed, you would have been dead.
No, someone just in my head, someone shouted, don't chase Singed.
Yeah, that was actually a good call, because I was standing just around the corner, and I was prepared to fling you, and then you would have died.
I should maybe learn how to play Singed as well. I'm then
Singed is an awesome champion.
going to play the
If you want
most
people to hate you, then you should play Singed.
Yeah, I think people hate me already for playing Teemo.
Yeah.
I'm just getting more and more enemies.
Mm-hmm.
I was just told by someone that Teemo is not meta, and I was like, yes, I know.
Yeah. But like the thing people tend to overestimate is that the meta only matters when every player is at the top skill level, which means it does matter in like the high elo games that like Diamond Plus, yeah, it matters. Like Diamond and Challenger, it matters. But in anything lower than that, it's all about who's the best player. Like I could play someone that's super weak against Teemo and still win if I'm a better player than the Teemo player. And the other way around, like someone could play Teemo against someone that's like Riven, that's really strong against Teemo, but if the Teemo player is the better player, then Teemo will probably win.
I'm going to max my W now as fast as I can, and then let's try and have a race.
Mm-hmm.
Just let me just farm up a little. I'm not gonna poke or anything. I just wanna.
Yeah. Just push top lane until you have enough gold.
Why is there a cross on my map?
Don't know.
Like here. Ah no, you can't see my pings.
Nope.
I just pinged.
I'm in the bush.
I can't see you.
I'm in the top bush, like at the across the entire map. So the middle one.
Ah, don't.
Sorry.
Sorry, I also sorry. Why
Okay.
the fuck? Okay, no.
Press S.
Yes, I did.
Yeah. So.
Should I come?
Do you want to count it down?
Hang on, I come a bit forward. Okay. Okay.
see. Yeah. Just go.
Ready, steady, go.